Well, this morning we continued to monitor President Trump's status after he and First Lady Melania Trump tested positive for COVID-19. You're taking a live look right now from Walter Reed National Medical Center, where the president's being treated.
All right, the diagnosis upending the presidential campaign. The second presidential debate that was scheduled to happen right here in South Florida is now up in the air.
We have extensive team coverage. We start with our D.C. Bureau Chief, Ross Palumbo, joining us now live from Bethesda, Maryland, with the latest on the president.
Good morning, Alex and Andrew. The White House is telling us this morning that the president here at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center is resting comfortably, that the president, in fact, is not even on oxygen. But sources telling me a slightly different story, saying that the president's condition is perhaps slightly worse, noting that the president has had a cough and at times difficulty breathing. As for the president himself, he tweeted out this saying, quote, "Going well, I think. Thank you to all," and then love in all capital letters. Very unusual for this president, all of this after that dramatic departure from the White House last night.
A masked President Trump infected with coronavirus, walking to Marine One, heading to Walter Reed National Military Hospital. And minutes after arriving, releasing a tape explaining why.
I think I'm doing very well, but we're going to make sure that things work out.
Sources saying the president has been feverish all day with a cough and congestion and some difficulty breathing. His doctor releasing a statement saying he's already being treated with an experimental antibody cocktail. Only 1,000 others have received, adding, as of this afternoon, the president remains fatigued but in good spirits.
The president does have mild symptoms.
Despite their close proximity to the president, Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Press Secretary Kayleigh McEnany both speaking without masks.
I'm not going to get into the president's symptoms exactly. He's had mild symptoms.
The White House insisting Trump will now work for days from Walter Reed, that there will be no transfer of power to the vice president.
He is hard at work.
We have a president that is not only on the job, will remain on the job, and I'm optimistic that he'll have a very quick and speedy recovery.
The crisis beginning with top aide Hope Hicks leaving the White House without a mask Wednesday for a rally.
Hello, Duluth.
And afterwards traveling back feeling sick, testing positive Thursday morning. But the White House then still allowing the president to travel without a mask to a New Jersey fundraiser with 100 people.
It was deemed safe for the president to go. He socially distanced. It was an outdoor event, and it was deemed safe by White House operations for him to attend that event.
Now, after a month of downplaying and denials,
it affects virtually nobody.
The president, his wife, his top aide, and 3 people from this maskless nomination Saturday of Judge Amy Coney Barrett all testing positive, including Utah Senator Mike Lee, Senator Tom Tillis, and the president of Notre Dame.
Well, this is the latest update coming from the president's doctor. On it, he says the president is now being treated with remdesivir. Now, that is an antiviral. It's used to lessen the viral load in patients and speed their recovery. It is a brand new technology and has a emergency authorization to be used. In fact, it is the only drug that is currently authorized to treat COVID. Again, Alex and Andrew, the president here at Walter Reed this morning, waking up, and sources saying he is having slight difficulty breathing, but otherwise the president is in stable condition.
And Ross, do have to ask you before you go, family, President Trump's family, have we heard from them this morning in terms of where they stand right now on his update?
You know, I haven't heard anything directly from the president's family, but interestingly enough, Melania Trump did not travel here to the hospital with the president aboard Marine One yesterday. We understand that her conditions are actually much less severe than the president, and she is currently convalescing back at home at the residence in the White House.
Much more to come on this. Ross, thank you so much for your continuing coverage. We'll check back with you a little bit later on.
Well, after sharing the debate stage with the president, Democratic nominee Joe Biden was also tested. His results came back negative.
The former VP saying this is not a moment for political attacks. Louis Aguirre has that part of our team coverage.
With the news breaking shortly before 1 a.m. that the president and the first lady tested positive for coronavirus, there was immediate concern for the 77-year-old Joe Biden and whether or not he might have been infected too, after spending more than 90 minutes on that debate stage in Cleveland with the president. Biden Tuesday taking the president to task over his response to the virus.
He's been totally irresponsible the way in which he has handled the social distancing and people wearing masks, basically encouraged them not to.
All right.
He's a fool on this.
The podium was socially distanced, over 13 feet apart, but no masks. The president often shouting over Biden.
The question is, radical left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen.
In the audience that night, Dr. Jill Biden, her face covered. A sharp contrast to those images of Trump's family and members of his inner circle violating the rules of Cleveland Clinic, which hosted the debate. And when this health worker tried to give them masks, they refused. It wasn't until mid-morning that we learned the former vice president was being tested. The country then waiting several hours for the results to come in. Then, just after noon, Biden tweeting, "I'm happy to report that Jill and I have tested negative for COVID. Thank you, everyone, for your messages of concern." Biden taking 2 tests, both negative, before getting back on the trail. On the ground in Michigan, wishing the first family well.
My wife Jill and I prayed that they'll make a quick and full recovery. This is not a matter of politics. It's a bracing reminder to all of us that we have to take this virus seriously.
With his mask on the entire speech, Biden imploring Americans to wear them too.
So be patriotic. It's not about being a tough guy. It's about doing your part. Wearing a mask is not only going to protect you, but it also protects those around you.
That was our Louis Aguirre reporting. The Biden campaign has pulled all negative ads, by the way, in light of the president's positive diagnosis for the time being.